when you click on submit it, this is what our current users do. I can't force them to actually view the original invoice, which is unfortunate. And again, still can't force them to do it. And in the old screen, of course, when they would click on, well, they sometimes use the description to know it's good enough. When they clicked on the GL account, they used to be able to see the side by side. Of course, they don't anymore. Our current workaround, of course, is to delete the first line so that we can get to their defaults, their budget codes, department and site filter, so they can select it. Because if they edit the first one, it'll just be a bunch of zeros and it won't work. I had a guy who kept trying to go over there immediately to return to transaction before he clicked add update. So I don't know, like, it's not intuitive. For him, he kept thinking that was very intuitive. Of course, I tell him to double check it, make sure it's right, which, you know, they do. I'm going to set this back just so I can show you another scenario of what I think our users are kind of forced with. So bear with me. Again, if you were to click return to transaction, so this is, sorry, I wasn't setting it up. This was the what happened if you didn't do add update, which you guys know this, of course. It would then force you to add a GL account, and the problem with for us is it throws you into the line edit, the quick edit of the line, which we don't want our users to be able to change the routing rule. They only have access to certain rules. The other ones are inactive, even though it will flow to them. Of course, what they should do is the pencil, edit that line, and select the right code. That's what they should do. But again, I know you've broken it out into the gray bar and the other one. It's still, we're struggling with, again, this might be a workaround because I don't understand what's going to come. I know your team is working on a new solution, but I'm going to go to the breadcrumb because I don't want to do update close, or else it would set the line improperly. So you can see the routing rule I actually want as purchase. So of course, do the same thing as what I showed before. We delete the line. We go in and then select the GL code, etc. Well, let me put this back. So I apologize for bouncing around so much, but I'm going to put this back to the 0. So I'm going to show you the other, if you do it wrong, which I think you already know what's going to happen. So this is as it came originally. I tell them to delete the line. Then they're going to go in, retype the amount. They're going to give it the description or whatever, and they're going to select whatever budget code they want. And if they forget and click return to transaction, of course that wipes it out. The recovery is add GL. Now they're in line edit mode, which we don't want. We want the side by side, but not, because it's going to screw up our routing again. But what the guy did, I watched him do it. I let him do it without me prompting him. This is what he did. He typed the amount. He gave it a description. He didn't realize that he needed to edit. So he picked his budget code. He had add update. I did tell him to do the breadcrumb. So I said go to the top. You know, I knew it was going to create 2 lines, but we went back to the top. Now we're back at that view. And you can obviously see there's 2 GL account lines, one of them 0, one full amount. So this is what we're faced with. Again, I don't know what your solution is going to bring, but hopefully this helps.